This is your weekly rundown of episode Heresy, week 20, starting on June 17th. This week sees all dungeons become available to play at any time on any difficulty in the new limited time event, Rite of the Nine, with increased currency drops active for all dungeons, and all Rite of the Nine weapons available for tuning. This week will also see the return of Valor Saladin, as he arrives in the tower for the fifth and final time this episode, bringing with him the Iron Banner. This is a week-long free-to-play Crucible event, which means there will be no Trials of Osiris at the weekend. Power level is disabled, meaning you can go into Iron Banner with whatever weapons and armour you would like. Iron Banner also brings with it challenges and a seal to become an Iron Lord. For episode Heresy, Iron Banner has now been broken up into two playlists, with each one replacing an existing node on the Crucible Director. Iron Banner Control will replace the existing Control node, and Iron Banner Quickplay will be the new home for Eruption, Fortress, Tribute, and Rift game modes in the Quickplay playlist. If you need a refresh or just want to know more about the Iron Banner, then check out our most recent guide. This episode's new weapon is the Arc Adapted Frame Trace Rifle Warlord Spear, and returning weapon is the Stasis Adapted Burst Sidearm Peace Bomb. Plus, we have a new weapon added to the loot pool for the latter part of this episode, introducing the new Solar Lightweight Frame Scout Rifle Nature Reclaimed, rolling in the third column with Outlaw, Killing Wind, Rapid Hit, Shoot to Loot, Lone Wolf, and Hill Clip. In the fourth column, Desperate Measures, Box Breathing, Explosive Payload, Incandescent, Precision Instrument, and Kill Clip. This episode's emblem is called Saladin's Pride, and shader is called Banner's Bearer. Episode Revenant brought with it the Iron Banner Memento, which you can put into your crafted weapons to gain access to the shader Iron Banner Keepsake, and title of Seaver's Bane. Plus, the Iron Intent armor set from episode Revenant is still earnable. And don't forget, this week is the last week to claim your reward track items and engrams from Lord Saladin and the Iron Banner. The Vanguard Onslaught featured map this week will be Midtown, with the Field Razor Tormentor kicking off the boss rotation. The Expert Battlegrounds will start this week's rotation with Delve. The Dreaming City this week is at a strong curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in Ria Silvia and has the Dark Monastery mission for the next week. The Blindwell features Taken enemies and the Plague Mina. The Ascendant challenge will be Ouroboros over in the Philian's Rest Lost sector. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is in the Deep. The Trove Guardian and the Wandering Nightmare, Jacques, Claws of Zevra Wrath, are both located in the Hellmouth. Nightmare hunts Skolas, Pride, Omnigul, Anguish, and Zydron Servitude. The Altars of Sorrow will start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Fogoth and the Blasphemer Shotgun. On Europa this week, Praxis the Technocrat will be the Empire Hunt, Cadmus Ridge will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Safeguard. Dares of Eternity Expert difficulty rounds are Hive, Fallen, and Valister Arc. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Wild Hunt armor set will be available in Dares of Eternity with Weapon Set 1. Arsenic Bite 4B, Blasper 2, Corsair's Wrath, Deafening Whisper, Dire Promise, Enigma's Draw, Escape Velocity, Giant 7 Rifle, Friction Fire, Royal Chase, True Prophecy, and Timeline's Vertex. The Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Ritual, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Pact. The Wellspring activity will start the week on Defense, with Void Sniper, Father's Sin, and Zurich, Scorn Raider as the boss. The Lightfall weekly mission is Desperate Measures, the Partition mission will be Hard Reset, and the Vex incursion will be Liming Harbour. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Duel Destiny is still available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The Final Shake's cooperative focus campaign mission this week will be Ascent. The 12 Guardian Match-Made Excision mission is also available next to the race for a weekly Pinnacle, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. Also available for a weekly Pinnacle is the Salvation Jade Raid, over in the Pale Heart, and new dungeon Sundered Doctrine, which can be found over on the Throne World, with the exotic Linear Fusion Rifle Finalities Ager up for grabs, and a whole suite of new weapons and armour. Just make sure to visit Ikora over in the tower to pick up the quest Drowning Labyrinth to enter. The Salvation Jade Raid Challenge this week is the second encounter, Dissipation, called At Capacity. The Root of Nightmares Raid Challenge this week is the first encounter, Cataclysm, called Illuminated Torment. The Kingsfall Raid Challenge this week is the fourth encounter, Daughters of Oryx, called Under Construction. The Vow the Disciple Challenge this week is the second encounter, The Caretaker, called Base Information. The Deepstone Crypt Challenge this week is the third encounter, Tanix Part 1, called Of All Trades. The Garden of Salvation Challenge this week is the fourth encounter, Sanctified Mind, called 0 to 100. And the last Swiss Challenge this week is the fourth encounter, Vault, called Keep Out. Featured Pinnacle Raid 1 will be Crota's End over in the Legends tab. And featured Pinnacle Raid 2 will be the Vault of Glass, also in the Legends tab, with all challenges available for all encounters. With the exotic auto rifle Necrochasm being farmable from the final boss in Crota's End, and the exotic fusion rifle Vex Smith class from the final boss in Vault. Featured Pinnacle Dungeon 1 will be the Pit of Heresy on the Moon, and featured Pinnacle Dungeon 2 will be the Ghost of the Deep in the Legends tab. The exotic mission rotator will be Presage, with the Dead Man's Tale exotic scout rifle being the main reward, the Season the Haunted, and opulent weapon sets, plus the Idolian Pursuant armor set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and Zero Hour, will also be available in the Legends tab. We have now had all of episode Heresy's challenges over the first 16 weeks of the episode. So, as a reminder, if you complete 108 out of 112, you can get a large pile of Rite dust to spend at the Eververse store in-game. Lost Sectors, Tuesday Chamber of Starlight on the Dreaming City, Wednesday Hydroponics Delta on Neptune, Thursday Gilded Precept on Neptune, Friday Thrillerdome on Neptune, Saturday The Broken Deep in the Pale Heart, Sunday The Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart, and Monday Bunker E15 on Europa. The Grandmaster Nightfalls continue this week with our 20th featured Nightfall, which should see us face off against Darkblade Kalgroth in the Heist Battlegrounds Mars, with the Shadow Price Auto Rifle as the featured adept weapon. The 6v6 playlist will be Iron Banner Control. The 6v6 Quickplay mode should be Iron Banner Rift, Showdown should be in the small teams Quickplay, and Team Scorch should also be available, with no Trials of Osiris at the weekend. This week should also see bonus Vanguard ranks, and double Nightfall drops available all week long. And as we only have 4 more weeks of this current episode, here's what's going away when the Edge of Fate releases on July 15th. Starting with the 10th anniversary Seal and Title, Moments of Triumph 2024 Seal and Title, Act 3 of Heresy's Unknown Antechamber Chess Puzzle and Rewards, Act 2's activity The Court of Blades, Act 1's activity The Nether with its 3 modes, Exploration, Advanced, and Expert. From Act 3 of Revenant, the exotic mission Kel's Fall, where you can earn the Void Exotic Shotgun Slayer's Fang, and Prison of Elders challenge Kel's Vengeance. Act 2 of Episode Revenant's Tomb of Elders, and Contest of Elders. Act 1 of Episode Revenant's Onslaught Salvation, which has new defences, 3 maps that are not in the Vanguard playlist version, and new enemies to fight. In the Last City on the Helm, Episode Echo's 3 Battleground activities, Delve, Conduit, and Core, with Enigma Protocol and Breach Executable. Episode Echo's exotic mission Encore, where you can earn the Void Exotic Auto Rifle Choir of 1, and the Grandmaster Nightfall node, which gives Guardians the opportunity to complete their Conquest Seal for this episode, some of which are now not available. Warden of Nothing on the Dreaming City, Sunless Cell on the Dreadnought, Insight Terminus on Nessus, Psyops Battlegrounds Moon, Lake of Shadows on the EDZ, Scarlet Keep on the Moon, Hypernet Current on Europa, Heist Battlegrounds Mars, and the Psyops Battlegrounds Cosmodrome. To get you prepared for the Edge of Fate, now would be a good time to start hoarding completed vendor bounties that can carry over to the next expansion for XP and artifact progression. Also, don't forget to collect all of your episode Heresy pass items. Any items left over from episode Revenants pass on Bungie.net, plus your reward check items and engrams from Failsafe for episode Echoes, Ido for episode Revenant, and both shaping slabs for episode Heresy. Also, Banshee 44, Gunsmith, Shax, Crucible, Zavala, Vanguard, Drifter, Gambit, Saint 14, Trials, Rahul, Cryptarch, Hawthorne, Clan, and Zer at the weekend before the end of the episode, as they will reset and you will lose all items when the new expansion begins. Plus again, don't forget this is the last week to claim your items from Lord Saladin and the Iron Banner. Collect your free 700 Bright Dust from the Eververse store each week up until the Edge of Fate begins, and don't forget to keep an eye on Zer this Friday at reset to see if he's offering another chance to grab a random rolled exotic class item for 41 strange coins. And that's it for the 20th week of the Final Shape episode Heresy. Thank you for watching, Allons-y.